How are you, Mr. Collins?
Offer more.
Mr. Collins, you are here on a probable cause defense of negligent homicide and leaving the scene of an accident with injury. Is the state ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
You may proceed when you're ready.
Your Honor, the same request of finding no probable cause on the charge of negligent homicide and leaving the scene of an accident with injury based on an affidavit by Detective Whelan with the Commonwealth Police Department, which states that on or about April 18, 2014, at approximately 21:54 hours, officers were dispatched to 3153 South Camden Road in reference to a hit-and-run accident involving a pedestrian. Upon the arrival of officers, they began a search for the vehicle that had left the scene. Easy personnel arrived on scene and advised that it was a fatality. A witness on scene was able to follow the vehicle and give a description of the vehicle as being a gray or silver Dodge four-door vehicle. That information had been passed on to Mecca. The witness stated she had stopped at the red light at Camden Road and Union Avenue. The witness stated that the vehicle was traveling at a high rate of speed and did not stop at the red light. The witness stated a group of children were crossing the road just south of the intersection when the vehicle struck one of the children. The witness stated the vehicle continued to travel south on Camden Road and it turned around. The witness stated the vehicle traveled north past the accident scene. The witness stated the vehicle stopped at the old Exxon gas station at 28th Avenue and Camden Road and noticed the driver got out of his vehicle and took a look at the damage on his vehicle. The witness stated the driver got back in his vehicle and left the area. Officers were able to get the vehicle stopped at 13th Avenue and Dearborn Streets. Officer Nicholson was able to identify the driver of the vehicle as Mr. Jontrel Collins. Officer Nicholson stated he could smell a strong odor of intoxicants coming from Mr. Collins' person. Officer Nicholson transported Mr. Collins to the police station to have a BAC conducted. Officers were unable to get a sufficient sample from Mr. Collins for breath analysis, and he was just transported to JRMC for a blood draw. On April 19, 2014, the detective conducted an interview with Mr. Collins. After advising Mr. Collins of his Miranda rights, Mr. Collins stated that around 7 o'clock p.m. on April 18, 2014, he had gone to the liquor store and purchased a half pint of exclusive. Mr. Collins admitted to drinking about half of the pint of exclusive from about 7 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. Mr. Collins stated he had driven around for a while. Mr. Collins stated he went home and left to go back to the liquor store. Mr. Collins stated he had left the liquor store and was traveling south on Camden Road when he had hit something. Mr. Collins stated he turned around in the middle of the road and continued to drive past because there were a lot of people around. Mr. Collins stated he stopped and looked at the damage on his vehicle. Mr. Collins stated he then got back into his vehicle and left the area. Mr. Collins does not have any prior criminal history. However, based on the allegations in the affidavit, the state requests a bond in the amount of $250,000 secured.
Mr. Collins, the court is going to find probable cause to hold you in this matter and will grant the state's request for a $250,000 secured bond. You will have a return date back to this court on June 2nd of this year at 9 a.m. You plan to hire an attorney to represent you in this matter? Very good. You may return to your seat, sir.